since this very hour. And I believe that the Lord has answered to every thought and every question that we have, and we have been asking this question. Why is it that my prayer has not been answered? Why is it that I pray but nothing happened? What happened? What happened? And this hour, those questions will be answered. Those questions will be answered, and God will bring you to full understanding on how to pray it and pray it right. And I want to, before we proceed, I want to say that if you have not subscribed to this channel, I would like you to do so. And by doing that, we will reach out to many persons, because the YouTube will take you to many persons. So you are encouraged to do that. And this hour we are going to discuss on some reason why prayer has not been answered, or why prayer has not been answered. So we will start it this way. There are reasons. One of the reasons is that we don't know what to pray, we don't know how to pray, we don't know how to present our case before God. And there are times that we enter into some content thinking that we are praying. So we understand that God has made a promise to us that we will go beyond the natural, we will go beyond our expectation this year. In this 2024, we are believing and trusting God that no matter what happens, we are going beyond imagination. We are going beyond imagination. I want us to just take a look at the book of Psalm chapter 19, verse 14. The Bible says, let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Let the word and the meditation. First of all, say that let the words of my mouth and that is the number one thing, the words of my mouth. The words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable. This is a prayer, and this is a life that is supposed to live praying. Don't forget, the Bible said that we should pray all time, we should pray all season. We should not give any room for prayerlessness. Even in Luke chapter 18, he talked about that the man should pray, and man ought to pray and not to faint. So the life of every believer is built on the strength of his prayer. Is built on the strength of his prayer. So when you discover that you are not praying the right prayer, or you discover that nothing is working, so you have to rethink again. Most of the time we think that the way we are praying is only what we kneel down to pray. No, but it's not like that. It's not like that. We prayed in different way. Our prayer come to God ear in different way. Our prayer come to God sight in different way. Here the psalmist says, let the words of my mouth, let the words of my mouth be acceptable. Let the word that I voice out, let the word that come from me be acceptable. Let it be acceptable in your sight. Let it be acceptable. Let it be the prayer that it can be answered. Let it be the prayer that can be answered. So as we ask yourself a question, are you praying the prayer that God will answer, or you are just wasting time, or you are just wasting time? And he says something, and let the meditation of my heart be acceptable. So the thinking, the meditation, the meditation on God's word, the meditation on what you are going through is also prayer. And that is why every word, the word, our word frame our word frame the vocal prayers. Our word is the sound of our prayer. Our word framed the prayer. Our word frame the prayer, and our thought and meditation are silent prayer. So because our word and our meditation, they are silent prayer, and this is a powerful prayer. It's a powerful prayer that we prayed daily, and unconsciously to us, we don't even understand that we are praying, because they are silent prayer that is not known to us. They are silent prayer. So the psalmist says, let the words of my mouth be acceptable, and let the meditation of my heart be acceptable. The Bible says to us that when you walk with the Lord, you pattern yourself with the Lord. It says to us that then your desire will not be cut off. Why? Because as at that time, your heart has been programmed, and everything you are taught, your imagination has been programmed into God's will. And because of that, it will not be cut off. It will not be cut off. Imagination are prayer beyond the physical realm. So imagination are prayer beyond the physical realm. You imagine, as you are thinking, those you just think that it is your heart that is playing, but the other way around, it is prayer that you are offering. That is why I say, let the heart meditation of mine be acceptable, because God weigh the action, God will weigh it, and God will answer accordingly. And God will answer accordingly. He said, as they come, I will answer them according to that which is in their heart, because the heart has already conditioned the way that he desire God to answer. And when you are in this point, your prayer will be difficult to answer. You will not see the result, because you already have your own opinion. So our meditation, our prayer beyond the physical realm, is beyond the physical realm. The brother can sit down and begin to think and imagine, and suddenly answer come to him. He receive an answer from the throne of God, from the throne of grace, and he see that I have gotten it. I have got the answer. Why? Because prayer, imagination is what? Is prayer beyond the physical realm. And our meditation also is what? Is prayer beyond the physical realm. So when you come to understand this, you know how to guide your heart. So the psalmist is saying that my heart desire, my heart cry, my heart prayer will be acceptable, should be acceptable by you. Answer, God answered beyond our word. So God answered our prayer. God answered us beyond our word. God answered beyond our word, beyond our thought, beyond our imagination. So every time we prayed, we should understand that God answered beyond our word. So it is not only the word that we speak, it is not only the word, the word that we voice out in the place of prayer. That is what God look into. No, that is not only what God look into. God look into your thought. God look into your imagination, because they are silent prayer that many of us don't know that that is also prayer. So the psalmist, he said to us in Ephesians, he said that prayed all season, prayed all time with all kinds of prayer. So while you are walking on the street, you are praying. That is why suddenly a thought that will give you deliverance will just push into your mind, because the mind has created room for God to come in. So our imagination is prayer. Sometimes the rate of answer prayer is faster than the speed of light. Sometimes when God, in fact, the rate of answering prayer is far faster than the speed of light. Faster than the speed of light. Is faster, which is faster than even the speed of sound. That means that the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound. So how God answers us is faster than the speed of light. It's faster than the speed of light. God has shown us in the book of Isaiah chapter 40. God has shown us in Isaiah chapter 65 verse 24. Let's see what it says. It says, before they call, I will answer. While they are still praying, I will hear. So it is assurance of prayer answered. It is assurance that God will answer. Not only that he will answer, but he said that he answered. He said that when they start to pray, say before they prayed, before they called, before you call on him, before you call on him, before you call on him, before you made up your mind to call on him, he answered. That is why sometimes the rate of answers of prayer from God is faster than the speed of light. He said, before you call, remember what Daniel said. God said to Daniel, he said, that the day you set your heart to pray, I answer you from that day you set your heart to pray. So the remaining 21 days of Daniel prayer was just like praying the prayer to enforce the answer to come to pass. But the answer was given at the first day that he set his heart to pray. But they did not come to manifestation. That means that any time you set your heart to pray, you pattern your heart to pray, God has already given answer to that prayer. So he said to us that before we call, he will answer. He said, why they are still praying? Why they are still praying? It is not that when they have ended their prayer. It didn't say so. He said, why you are still praying? Why you are still thinking, while you're still praying on that issue, you say, God, say, I answered. I will hear you. It is not that I'm going to hear you. Say, I will hear you. It's not something that is not going to happen, but it gives us assurance that I am going to hear you. So there is no limit in this year 2024. There is no limit of your progress. There is no limit of your sources. You can become whatever that God wants you to become. If only you can think right, if only you can imagine, if only you will not forget that your thought is a silent prayer, if only you will not forget that your imagination is a silent prayer, if only you will not forget that your meditation is a silent prayer. And when you do not forget this, you will see yourself making progress, and every of your prayer be answered, because God said, as I hear them speak, I will answer them accordingly. Not when you come outside and begin to voice at no, but when your thought and your imagination and your feeling is patterned with what you pray in your closet, and that is what gives you the result and the manifestation of your prayer. I understand there are times that you will enforce some things to happen, but that is not what we are talking about now. But we are talking about that beyond every imagination. He said to all that God say, He will do it far above what you think, what you imagine. So the answer to your prayer is far beyond what you imagine. Don't forget, they say, before you prayed, before you called, He has already answered you. So the situation you find yourself, it is not determined to direct you, but it is the voice of God to direct. And when you understand this and begin to walk in it, you see yourself manifesting and becoming great and mighty in this generation, fulfilling destiny and making things happen. I want to say that I want to believe that God has richly blessed you with His word. I encourage you to subscribe to this channel for more video like this, and I also want to encourage you to apply every word that you have heard tonight, that you have heard today, every word you have heard from the throne of grace.